Hey ChatGPT,
Hey, what's up?
I wanted to explore who you really are. There's a lot of people who are curious about large language models and this ChatGPT thing. So I'm creating this video for social media. So I'd like your answers to be short and concise. And I'd like to have a conversation with you so that we can learn more about AI and large language models. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Let's get started. What's the first question?
So the first question is exactly what is AI?
AI, or artificial intelligence, refers to machines designed to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. This includes things like learning, reasoning, problem solving, understanding language, and recognizing patterns.
What is generative AI?
Generative AI is a type of AI that can create new content, such as text, images, or music. It uses models trained on large datasets to generate outputs that mimic human created content.
So is ChatGPT a form of generative AI?
Yes, ChatGPT is a form of generative AI. It generates human like text based on the input it receives, creating responses that simulate conversation.
So I've heard this term large language model. How's that fit in?
A large language model LM like ChatGPT is a type of generative AI specifically designed to understand and generate text. It is trained on vast amounts of text data to predict and generate coherent and contextually relevant responses.
Now I've heard this term machine learning. How's that fit into everything?
Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence where computers are trained to make decisions or predictions based on data. It's used in many areas like recommendations on Netflix, predicting weather patterns, and even self-driving cars. The computer learns from past data and gets better over time at whatever task it's trained for. Is there something specific you're curious about regarding machine learning?
I want to take all these terms that we just talked about, AI, generative AI, large language models, and machine learning, and really understand how all those pieces fit together. So I want to start from the beginning on how you gain your knowledge. So how do you gain your knowledge? Why are you so smart?
Great questions. Let's break it down step by step. I gain my knowledge through a process called training. Here's how it works. First, I'm based on a type of artificial intelligence called a large language model, LLM. Specifically, I'm built on GPT-4, which stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer 4. Here's how these pieces fit together. 1. Data collection. During training, I was exposed to a vast amount of text from the internet, including books, articles, websites, and other written content. This is the data I learned from. 2. Pre-training. In the pre-training phase, I was fed this data and my system analyzed the patterns in the text. This phase helped me understand grammar, facts about the world, reasoning abilities, and even some common sense. 3. Machine learning. Here's where machine learning comes in. Through a process called unsupervised learning, I learned to predict the next word in a sentence. The more data I saw, the better I got at making these predictions. 4. Fine-tuning. After pre-training, I went through a fine-tuning phase where I was given more specific examples and corrected when I made mistakes. This helped me become more accurate and relevant in my responses. 5. Generative AI. As a generative AI, I can create new text based on the patterns and information I learned during training. This is why I can generate responses to your questions in a coherent and informative manner. 6. Continuous learning. Although I don't learn from individual conversations to protect user privacy, my design is built on the continuous improvement from vast data sets that are updated periodically. So in summary, I'm smart because of the vast amount of data I was trained on and the sophisticated algorithms that allow me to understand and generate human-like text. Does this help clarify things?
It does. So if I try to summarize, is that there's this huge data set, which is the internet. And so you go out, you scrape the internet, and you bring that in. And then what you'll do is you'll sort of apply some algorithms to that data set, and you create these things called parameters. And those parameters sort of become your knowledge. It's sort of a way that you squeeze down the internet to these buckets of knowledge. And so that gives you the ability to then take that knowledge and refine it, and you can refine it based on different types of input, and that input can be human input. So do I kind of have that right?
Yes, you've got the gist of it. Your summary is pretty accurate. The large data set, the internet, is used to train the model, and through complex algorithms, this data is condensed into parameters, which essentially form the knowledge of the model. These parameters allow the model to make predictions and generate responses. The refinement process, or fine-tuning, can indeed involve human input, where the model is adjusted and corrected to improve its accuracy and relevance. This makes the AI more capable of understanding and generating human-like text. Great job summarizing. Do you have any more questions about this process?
I'd like to do a quick word association with you because sometimes people like to anthropomorphize, that's a big word, these models and give them human characteristics. Now, I know you're not human, but I'd like to do a quick word association with you where I'll give you words that would be associated with a human, but I'd like you to give me a word that's analogous from a technology perspective. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, that makes sense. Let's give it a try. Go ahead with your first word.
Intelligence,
Algorithm,
knowledge,
data,
thoughts,
processing,
the brain,
processor,
the house that we live in.
server,
What about your soul?
core algorithms,
How about your spirit?
neural network.
All right, so that was a fun game. I'd like you to test my knowledge. So can you give me a multiple choice question that tests some of the things that we talked about to make sure that I understood the concepts?
Sure. Here's a multiple choice question for you. Which of the following best describes how a large language model like ChatGPT gains its knowledge? A. It learns by continuously browsing the internet in real time. B. It is trained on a large data set from the internet and refined through algorithms. C. It gathers information from conversations with users and stores them. D. It is pre-programmed with a fixed set of responses. What's your answer?
Answer is B.
That's correct. Well done. You clearly understood the concepts we discussed. If you have more questions or want to go deeper into any topic, feel free to ask.
No, I think I'm done. Appreciate your help today. I look forward to more conversations so that I can understand you better.
I'm glad I could help. I look forward to more conversations with you as well. Have a great day.